Dr. Linda Barton Moore, who's been very involved with this. Chair of the Interact Rotary Committee, Vice Chair of the Rotary Honors Scholars Committee, and Paul Harris, fellow plus student.
So, O Lord, God, and giver of all good, we thank you for our brotherhood in this room. May we be more blessed than we deserve and live less for self and more to serve. We give thanks for the food before us and those beside us, the reason that unites us and the friendship that has grown between us. As Rotarians, we are grateful for the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And above all, in these days, let there be peace on earth. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Linda. I'm actually 100% Irish, and one of those sayings was an old Irish saying I remember as a kid. To lead us in the pledge before we test today is Craig Mooney, COO and CFO of Boston Construction Inc. He's club director and chair of the Voting Honors Scholars Committee, and Paul Harris fellow. Thanks, Craig.
Okay, if you could please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for the four-way test, things that Rotarians think, say, and do.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thanks, Greg. Although she's able to be with us today, I want to thank Rotarian Amy Luttrell. She's CEO of this organization, Goodwill, Kentucky. And she made this critical space available. We were at the opening. It was phenomenal. You get a chance after luncheon, go around and visit a little bit of the place. It's really fascinating. Very well done. You can see throughout the campus, the theme is hope, which is actually, that aligns with our really theme for the year, which is creating hope in the world. I also want to thank, shout out to Jonathan Williams, who catered our meal today. She's the owner of Real Potatoes LLC, do Real Potatoes. And she was the first to be approved under our West Louisville Housing Initiative program, which is a huge opportunity for the community and great for her and for the family. We're happy to support her entrepreneurial endeavors, and please grab her business card and use her thing around if you have a chance. If you need any kind of cater. Rotarians, if you have a guest today, please come up to the microphone and introduce them. Introduce yourself first, and then the guest afterwards. And guest, if you're introduce your stand when your name is called.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Rotarians. I am Jess Metzmeyer from Bellarmine University. I have 1.5 guests. You all know our coach, Coach Scotty here, so I won't count him, but you'll see him in a moment. And then I also have my colleague, Sean Ryan, a Senior Vice President from Bellarmine. And all you students, anybody who wants to come to Bellarmine, you still have a chance. I'm serious. Come see us. We'd love to help.
Scotty, take note, he just referred to you as a half a person.
Craig and I are going to introduce some of the mentors that are not Rotarians, and I think that they deserve a real hand of applause. So my sister-in-law, Rita Safran, I know she's around here somewhere, is one of those Rotarians. There she is. And Craig, you can get the rest.
Roger Davis, could you stand?
Stand up.
And my good friend Ron Carruth, could you please stand? And do we have any other community volunteers in the room that I did not see come in? Okay. Thank you.
President Kevin, fellow Rotarians, my name is Karen Moore. Larson, and my guest today is Paul Kintu, who is from Frankton Te Rapa, New Zealand. So I think he gets the prize for coming the longest to our meeting today. He was, I had the opportunity to meet him through our Rotary Friendship Exchange last year, and he's visiting the U.S. So we're very glad to have him.
President Kevin, I'm Julie James, and I have the pleasure of bringing my husband, Steve James, Director of Summer Works.
And guests, if you want to learn more about Rotary, we're at the luncheon, go to the table over there. What is Rotary? You'll hear more about our club. We have a couple of Rotarians in the spotlight to celebrate today. One of them actually is very involved with this program. Dr. Linda Barton-Moore was recognized by Indiana University as an awesome alumna this week. She graduated, we think she's awesome, that's the actual award. She graduated from IU in 1984 with an EDD in Science and Environmental Education. She was celebrated for having a fabulous career of serving others in education, teaching for 40 years in California, and continuing her work by developing curriculum, by designing curriculum. Congratulations to Linda. Also, congratulations to Rotarian Morgan Hancock on winning the Kentucky Derby Experience fashion contest. Not only did she win the best restaurant, she also netted Derby tickets for next year and $5,000 in cash. I guess $5,000 is for the bed. We hope she'll turn that $5,000 to $10,000 next Derby day. Now I'd like to welcome back to the podium to kick off today's program, Craig Mooney, Chair of the Honorary Honors Committee.
In 2005, Scott Davenport became the 11th coach in Bellarmine University's men's basketball history. And in 6 years, led the Knights to the 2011 NCAA Division II championship. He was named National Coach of the Year by 2 different organizations, the National Association of Basketball Coaches and the Division II Bulletin. Davenport's career record of 413 and 148 through the 2022 and 2023 season ranks him as Bellarmine's all-time winningest coach, both in terms of total wins and winning percentage. While Davenport's built Bellarmine's program into a perennial power at the Division II level, perhaps even more impressively, the Knights have continued to succeed in its recent transition to the Division I level. Previously, Coach Scott served 9 years as an assistant coach at the University of Louisville under national championship winning Hall of Fame coaches Denny Crum and Rick Pitino. Go U of L. He also served a year as an assistant coach on Mike Polio's staff at Virginia Commonwealth, where he coached alongside future coach of Kentucky, Tubby Smith. Before heading to Louisville, Scott spent 10 seasons as the head boys basketball coach at Ballard High School, where he won a state championship and coached 2 future NBA players there in DeJuan Wheat and Allen Houston. A Louisville native, Scott and his wife Sharon have 2 sons, Russ and Doug, who are both Bellarmine graduates, and they have a granddaughter, Brent. Please welcome Coach Scotty Davenport of Bellarmine University.
We have breaking news. As of last November the 20th, add Jake Scott as a grandson. How would you like to have a grandson born at 1:02 p.m. and at 6:13 you're walking down the ramp at Freedom Hall for a game against Morehead State? You go into your office and you go through your little superstitious rituals. And your phone's blowing up and your son's calling you saying, "Dad, we just named Jake Scott. You're going to go coach again." So we'll see. One other thing I must acknowledge. 1 year ago today, we lost Coach Crum. And one of the greatest lessons ever, he never said no. He never said no when it came to helping others. And that's probably the greatest strength I took from him. And we lost him a year ago today in the community. Not as good without him. But a lot of this, comes from being under such phenomenal young men. Now, I want to congratulate these honorees. But I want you to focus on the first thing I'm going to say. Although it applies to all of us. I've used this with our players repeatedly. But you tell me, I'll forget it. You teach me, I'll remember it. You involve me, I'll learn it. If I just tell you, you'll forget it. If I teach you, you'll remember. If I involve you, you will learn it. Keep learning, stay involved. Now, when I say congratulations, I say it with responsibility because we need you. You are honored to be here. We need you. You turn on 1 minute of social media, of news, local, national, international. We're bombarded with questions. I'm not the answer. You all are the answer. That's why we need you. You are the answer to these questions. They mentioned Ren. She's 5½. I'm not the answer for my little granddaughter. She's got that deal figured out. Whatever she wants from Popsy, she's getting it. Don't kid yourself. And Jake will be right behind her. You all are the answer. Now, it's very difficult times right now. We were just talking. You're making more difficult decisions in a day than I made in your time at a month. And your decisions have life consequences. You make more today. Mine, those South End people here, I was going to walk from Central Avenue to Iroquois, or to Wyandotte Park, or I was going to ride a bike. Probably a tough decision I had to make all day. You're making tough decisions. Young man just told me he's going to go to JCTC to be an electrician. You know what? Go. His brother goes to Bellarmine, so he's okay. But he's going to JCTC. He has a plan. And we need him. Now, to those honorees, I would trade places with you right now. Right now. They read all that, and it was, Mr. Mooney, it was great. Until he started in 2005. And he went through Bellarmine. Then he said, before that, and then I got over by the second. I would trade places with you right now. Right now. For one reason. Because I would go back. Even better than I did, I would wear people out that want to help me. Teachers, principals, counselors, assistant principals, coaches. I would wear them out because of what I know now at my experience. I know now I'd wear them out because down deep they are doing things for you. They're not doing things to you. And there's a world of difference. I went to what is now Olmsted North. Did any of you all by any chance go there? You went there? I did too. It was Southern Junior High. 7, 8, 9. I made the 9th grade basketball team as an 8th grader. That's big time. Only 2 of us. Mike Shaw and myself. He has since passed. Day of the game. We had to wear a tie because they want us to look great and special. I'm an 8th grader. I had one tie. I lived on Central Avenue right by Churchill Downs. I lost my dad on Halloween Day, 1:15 in the afternoon, 15 feet from me. Massive heart attack. Gone. My mother's from Greene County, Kentucky, a 1-room schoolhouse. I had one tie. What kind of tie? Anybody want to guess? Oh, you got it. A clip-on. I had a clip-on tie from my father's funeral when I was in the 4th grade. I make the 9th grade team as an 8th grader. Now, that would not look cool to wear a clip-on tie from the 4th grade when I'm in the 8th grade. My mother, bless her heart, goes and buys me 2 ties. And our Harlan's department store on 7th Street. Now what's my problem? No, nobody don't. My mother's from Greene County, Kentucky, a wondering squad. No, I don't like that. What am I going to do? I lean on my coach. He says, Coach Down, he says, Scotty, you know I'm from the South End when they call you Scotty. He says, meet me 1 hour before school. He sneaks me in the building, takes me in his classroom, he ties my tie around his neck, takes it off, puts it around me, straightens it up. Off I go, man. I'm the swaggiest 8th grader in the building. From that moment on, the next thing was he taught me how to tie a tie. I was wearing somebody out that wanted to help me. I wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted more. I stand before you, the luckiest coach who's ever coached any sport at any level. Male, female, pro, college, high school. Think of where I want to tie it. Sons' weddings, national championship games, Final Four games, conference championship games. Think where I want to tie it to. Not one day I've ever tied a tie and I've not been in front of a wall. Not once. That was when I was in 8th grade. He was doing it for me. And I could go back, and my suggestion to you, wear those out. It's a sign of strength that you want help. That is a sign of strength. And we just keep wanting. The irony of Vernon Woe, as he went on, he had 1 son. And he passed away some 8 years ago, and I'm thankful again. Every time I've ever tied a tie, he had 1 son. He named his son Scott. But what I'm saying, keep in mind that as you meet obstacles, that they are challenging you. You're not always going to like that, but just keep that one rule in mind, that they're doing it for you, not to you. You know, as you go forward, you're here for a reason. And I'm willing to bet without knowing all of you very personally, that you're a superstar in one area. And that area is a talent that's overlooked. That you care. Caring is a very, very special talent. Embrace that. Show me someone doesn't care. You can't help. You care, or you wouldn't be. Keep caring. I'm going to challenge you. Get more with you. I recruit for a living. Yes, we're in the world of analytics. How high they jump, how fast they start. We can even go down to how many times they start and stop in a game if they're wearing a monitor. It's crazy. But there's no analytic for how much they care. And that is an incredibly special talent. So keep caring. Never, ever stop. You know, the biggest challenge we all have is making others better. That's what Rotary's, that's what you're about. Show me a locker room of 15 basketball players, and every one of them makes each other better. With 4 student managers, 4 coaches, a strength and conditioning coach, an athletic trainer. Everybody makes everybody better. And I know we've got all kinds of, give me an educator, raise your hand. Give me, okay, give me a, somebody talk early on. What grade? Give me a grade. What grade?
11, 12, physics, chemistry.
Wow. You don't think that resonates with me? That would have been Miss Hearn when I was at Airport. Just so you know. I never had it. Don't. Show me that one class of yours where everybody in there made everybody better. How good a day are you going to have?
Oh, good period with all the athletes.
Show my locker room where everybody in there is making everybody better. And everybody wants the same thing and are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve it. Take your home, take your street, take your neighborhood, take this community, What if everybody here wanted the same thing, willing to do whatever it takes to achieve it and make others better? How good would it be? It's got to be the goal every day. It's got to be the goal every day. Okay, I'm going to go back because he asked me to take a couple of questions. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go back. Tell me, I'll forget. Teach me, I'll learn it. Excuse me, teach me, I'll remember. Involve me, I'll learn it. We all think everything just started with us. Anybody want to guess? I'll give you, I won't put a number on it. You know who said that statement? Because you know, everything just now started about the time y'all were born. The world didn't exist before then. It just didn't even exist. How about that statement, how powerful that is? You know who said that? Benjamin Franklin. He died in 1790. Yeah, we can learn from others. We can learn from others. I congratulate you all. Keep it up. We need you. You are the answer. And that's not stress. Stress is bad. Pressure is great. Pressure means you care. And I told you, caring's a special talent. Can we fire? He asked me, he said, if you have time, will you take a couple of questions? I said, sure, absolutely. Fire away. Anybody got anything? Yes, sir.
What are some of the biggest issues going from Division 2 to different Division 1 again?
The biggest issue, transition Division 2 to 1, is who you recruit against. The game of basketball is a right way and a wrong way to play. That's how it is. It's who you recruit against. I mean, it's different. You know, your challenges are different. But the game's the same. The game's the same. Yes, sir.
How was NIL changed to skew the
We're saving kids up to pay. I'm doing this. I knew this was coming. I am doing this as education. I'm doing this to help you. Okay, concentrate. Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, NCAA, male, female athletes. Not NAIA, not junior college. Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. Male, female athletes. How many are in the NCAA? Give me a guess. How many? 50,000. Anybody else got another guy? Give one more guess. He said 50,000. 10,000. The NCAA, how many?
3,000.
3,000. The NCAA census as of June of 22, 522,000. In all sports. So, you bring up NIL. What are we talking about? We're talking about nothing. And you show me the incredible leaders that have come through sports. She talked about her 5th period physics class with athletes. What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm devastated, to be candid, because I'm afraid we're setting kids up to fail. And these numbers you see, any way to prove them? No, none at all. None. We got to set them up to be successful. I know, I'm not being the old guy. I understand. If they want to have a camp in their name at their school and help others, hey, they should be able to do all those kind of things. But to just create a payroll, what are we doing? How does that be the physics teacher at the university? I mean, we got to guide them. We got to set them up. What was yours?
I was just going to say, repeat the question for the recording. I think they figured that
I'm coachable. I'll do what I'm told.
I have a question. A lot of these students who are here today walk the same halls that you did. They see your face every day as they get off the bus. So if you could tell them one thing that helped you get from there to here, what would that be?
Teachers. I will tell you this. I had a high school basketball coach. His name was Coach Al Peffer. Taught U.S. history. He wouldn't last one day now. He'd either be locked up, fired, or in prison. I mean, when he was tough. So he asked me. He knew I didn't have a dad. He became the varsity coach. September, I'm a junior in high school. He says to me, and I can imitate him perfectly, meet me in the stadium Saturday morning at 10. Yes, sir, Coach. What am I going to do? Is he going to run me? I mean, he's a man of few words. Meet me in the stadium 10 o'clock. I get there at 9:30. He pulls in the stadium, blue Ford pickup truck, 2 metal garbage cans in the back. Not a rake, not a plastic bag, not a blower, not a stick with a nail on it. 2 metal garbage cans. He says, you're younger than me. You take underneath, I'll take the track. And we clean the entire stadium piece by piece by piece. And he said, I'm going to help you and Mama out. Because we had nothing. And on Thursday, he gave me $25, and he said, we have 2 games this week. Meet me on Saturday and Sunday morning after church. He was trying to help me. Now, let's be real. What did everybody on my team do? They make fun of me? Yes, they did. Oh, you're sucking up to the coach. You want playing time. What are you doing? I'm smart enough to let him help me. We didn't have anything. Coach passed away. He said, no flyers. He taught U.S. history 43 years at Jefferson County Public Schools. Think how, everybody has to take U.S. history. Think how many students he had. He wanted no flyers. He wanted shoes for kids. Because in retirement, he ran clothing drives all over this community through churches. My last interaction, he called me and said, do you have any big sizes? You got some big guys. I'm sure their shoes are in good shape. It was U of L women, Bellarmine women, U of L men, Bellarmine men. I had to borrow a university truck, don't report me. And I turned it in, and I was overflowing with bags of shoes that I took to Coach. Well, when he passed away, he wanted no flyers. He wanted shoes for kids. I was a pallbearer on Saturday morning. I ran in there early, went to the office. Where are the shoes? And they said, Coach, there's 353 pairs. And we've got them stored. Because when I was at the visitation on Friday, people came in 2 for 1, 3 for 1, Shoe Sensation, Shoe Carnival, Dick's Sporting Goods, 4 for 1. There were shoes everywhere. I said, well, what are you going to do with them? They said, we don't know. Well, no money. I called them Monday. I called funeral, Front Creek Funeral. I said, where are the shoes? They said, Coach, they're headed to Rangeland Elementary today. I said, wait a minute. Those kids went to school not knowing, and they're leaving with a brand new pair of shoes because of my high school coach? And he said, yes, sir, Coach. We're transporting them as we speak. When I'm gone, all I want shoes for kids. Because that's what my coach taught me. He made others better. I've been back to my elementary school a lot in the last 2 months. They were the last school in the state of Kentucky. Now they're celebrating because they're not last. And I've gone back to help. I've got some of our players mentoring their players. It's unbelievable to see the reactions. So just trying to help you. The biggest advice is it's a sign of strength when you ask for help. If I have a player who wants to stay and make 300 extra threes, that's not punishment. That's great. That's great. What's he really going to do if he doesn't? Eat, sleep, get on a device, right? Why not stay in the gym? That's tough. I'm right, don't worry. He's smiling. Am I right? Yeah, I know. One more. One more. Yes, ma'am.
Coach, you said that you look for kids who care. You're recruiting that secret quality. So how do you find it? How do you see it?
The greatest recruiters in our program, they go through all these accolades. And I could drop some fancy play. The reason we've been successful in Bellarmine, the greatest recruiters in our program is our players. Show me a tremendous corporation. And show me in a law firm, 6 attorneys. And they're going to hire us 7. And those 6 attorneys get the best guy in the world. And he wants to join a great team. Now that team got stronger. Our players are our best recruiters. And they know. And then when they're a sophomore, they're now helping get that next freshman in there. You hear the word culture in sports? I'm not being argumentative. I don't use it. I use the word program. That means we have a plan. By definition, our plan is academically, athletically, and socially. That's part of it. So we have a plan, a program, not just a culture. The greatest recruiters in our program, it's our players. Show me a medical practice with 6 doctors, and they've got to hire 7. And that 7 says, wow, these 6 are superstars. I want to be on that team. So we guys that want to be in that program. Now, the unfortunate side, that pool, it's getting smaller, not big. It's scary. It's scary. We good? To you all, congratulations. It's all about you. Now, those Iroquois people, Dr. Tall's not here, and to thank, she put my picture on the side of that building. I mean, y'all have no idea, because they got me. I was told I was speaking to their faculty that day at professional development. I prepared for 2 weeks. My wife was laughing. She goes, "You've never been this nervous." And I said, "Oh, I got IT. I'm going to use this song from the day. I'm doing this and that. And I'm so ready." They're laughing at me for 2 weeks. And I walk in the gym. It's in Thursday. I dress. I run out into it. I walk in the gym. And there's my family, my high school teammates, everybody I grew up with. And it's on the side of that building. I can't, if you see Dr. Tall today, say, "Coach wants to thank you." Okay? Can you do that for me? Promise? Okay.
Thank you, Coach. We really appreciate it, and I think everyone here enjoyed your presentation today. I'd like to take a few minutes to share a little bit about our club's involvement with Western and Iroquois High School. The Rotary Honor Scholars Program began back in 2012 as a result of former Rotary Club of Louisville President Henry Heiser's challenge to the community and to our club to address the issue of rising college tuition, rising student debt, and not enough qualified workers for good jobs in Louisville. The club raised over $1 million in scholarship funds to assist students at both the Iroquois and Western high schools to attend Jefferson Community and Technical College or Simmons College of Kentucky, tuition-free to pursue a 2-year associate degree or technical certification. The University of Louisville and Indiana University Southeast also offered additional scholarship to Rotary Honor Scholars to complete their bachelor's degree. So, a little bit about the program itself. The Rotary Honor Scholars Program meets 12 times per year, 6 sessions at Iroquois, 6 sessions at Western. We work with the students on setting academic, personal, and professional goals. We teach the students how to introduce themselves with confidence, how to keep a conversation going. We typically start every single session with practicing introducing ourselves and having a conversation. So usually it's first thing in the morning, the students are tired, some of the Rotarians are tired, community volunteers, so it's good to kind of get the energy going, get everybody standing up, shaking hands, smiling, and beginning that conversation. We help the students identify their strengths, knowledge, interests, talents, and experiences. We work with them on writing a resume, and then how to properly prepare for that job interview. Then we conduct mock interviews to allow them to get a feel for the types of questions that will be asked and how to have prepared, thoughtful responses to those questions. In total, during the 2023-2024 school year, we had 144 mentors participate in the program, which contributed over 240 hours. So the mentors included many people that are in this room today, and if you were a mentor at any of the sessions this year, could you please stand up and be recognized? volunteers to be a part of the program, and we have probably somewhere in the range of 8 to 12 people that show up from time to time to participate. And I see 3 of them here. We have Ron Carews, we have Roger Davis, and Rita Safronic. Could you please stand? So I want to thank each of you for your time, your participation, and most of all, your service above self. With that said, many of you that have volunteered have thanked me for allowing you to participate because you say you really enjoy interacting with the students and you get more out of it than they do. So, you know, I think it's a mutually beneficial experience. So I first learned about the Rotary Honor Scholars Program from Mr. Walt Kuno. Walt led the program for years and then transitioned it to me during the 2022-2023 school year. And I want to thank him for his leadership and his mentoring that allowed me to take over the program. Thank you, Walt. I want to thank Dr. Linda Bartram-Moore for helping me with the program and leading Interact, and for all the hard work organizing today's lunch, along with Delene Taylor, our Executive Director, and Tracy Beck. And although they're not with us today, they're back at school handling state mandatory testing. I want to thank Principals Toetta Tall of Iroquois and Mike Kelly of Western High School. And thank you to my contacts at both Western and Iroquois High School, Carmen Bellarmine of Iroquois High School and Mr. Rick Moore of Western High School. They work with me every summer to schedule the dates and make sure that we have it on the calendar. It's really tough to define opportunities in the very busy school year schedule. So thank you for helping me coordinate and organize that. And then lastly, I want to thank the students that participated in the program. It's been an honor working with you, and we're excited for the great things to come for each of you. And my wish for you is that one day you guys are the Rotarians of the community volunteers that are sitting at a lunch like this today, and you're celebrating the next generation of future leaders that are going to be in this room. So please join me in giving our Rotary Honor Scholars a huge round of applause. And now, Linda, Kevin.
Hello again. So Interact Club is the official high school arm of Rotary. So we open with a 4-way test, and I think what we want to do is hand down 3 things to our youth. And one, I think, is a benchmark of Rotary and all Rotarians, is a sense of humility. Humility leads to respect for others, and that respect leads to service, which is what Rotary is all about. One of my favorite poets, Khalil Gibran, wrote a book called Prophet and published in 1923. And one of his poems was about children. And this is what he says. He says, "Your children are not your children. They are the children of life's longing for itself. You can house their bodies, but not their souls. For their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which we cannot reach, not even in our dreams." Our Interact Club, in encouraging an attitude of service, is our way of reaching into the house of tomorrow. And today, we recognize our interactors who have served on 3 levels. One is at their schools with projects. One is their community through 2 blood drives per year at each school. And the third one is worldwide through Watershed, encouraging collecting shoes to support water in countries that do not have water. So we applaud our interactors, and I would like our interactors from both schools to come up here. What will happen next is our advisor from Western will drape from the back the International Honors Stole for our Interact board, and Nika from Powell from Western will drape her club. And then following that, we will have the scholarships. And I would also ask Carmen and Rick to come up here also, because there will be a picture, as you know. There's always a picture. So if our interactors from both schools can come up here, please. Levántense. Ven. Mahogany, Austin. Brooklyn, Canine. All right, from Iroquois High School, we have Miriam Safi. And Alliance, Nira Mutuzo. I hope I was close. Is that good? Did I do well? Thank you. From Western High School, we have Mahogany Murat, Alston Curry, Autumn Etherton, Alex No, Tommy No, and I knew them when they were shorter than I am, Brooklyn White, and Kanaya Smith. If we can gather here for a picture, beautiful. Beautiful. James, do you want to help drape some of the ones that aren't draped? I think you have a bit of a time constraint. And you will keep these on, please, for the rest of the program. Come over here, and we'll do our best to get a picture. Well, I don't want this to block you out. And come in. Little people in front of us. And we're coming in. And we're coming in. Can you get all of us in? Your beautiful honor souls. These are our Interact boards from 2024. You may be seated except for Autumn and Miriam. Congratulations. Kevin, you're up. All right, so these are our two presidents. Miriam isn't here? Okay, so we are giving this, I guess, to Autumn, and I will give you Miriam's here. Okay, so Autumn is our president from Western High School, and she has been on the Western High School Board of Interact for 4 years, ever since I knew her when we were at Jefferson. And so she's going to be presented with a scholarship, and then draped in additionally the honor cord that goes with the presidencies. So that's all. And then the other lady isn't here. So we're holding that in front of us. We are draping her. We're putting the honor cord around her. Congratulations. And congratulations. And we are. And next, you're up. We have our Rotary Honor Scholars, and on the tables are the medallions. And the medallions have a backside, which explicates exactly what that gorgeous thing is for, and it comes in a case that can be put on your library shelf.
Okay, if our Rotary Honor Scholars could all please stand, and the Rotarians and community volunteers that are at the tables, please, let's take the medallions and we will drape them over our scholars. So everyone please stand, all of our scholars.
Let's do Western first, because I think there's I know, I was going to say Western.
We're going to do Iroquois first.
Oh, you want to do it? Okay, you got it?
He forgot his glasses. Okay, first of all, Austin Curry. I'll just say that. You may drape at any time, and now Lisa will. Who is a librarian? The eight librarians say their names. Just read the whole list. Okay, Austin Curry, Mahogany Mural, Autumn Etherton, Alex Noon, Tommy Noon, Brooklyn White, Kanaya Smith, Joe Von Knight, and Bailey Spurgeon. All right, and from Iroquois, I have a bit longer of a list. I'm going to say your first and last name, and if I get it wrong, y'all know I love y'all. And I apologize in advance. Okay, Masla Abdullahi, Elizabeth Aguilera, Kyra Cardona de Leon, Estrella Castaneda, Ludi Cicerone, Shahari Clay, Lily Felly, Brittany Guerrero Pisa, Ahmed Hussein, Claudia Manzano Perez, Cortez Mitchell, Miski Mohammed, Mishak Nishwimwe, Alliance Niramatuzu, Joaquin Perez, Dulce Santana, Daphne Thermitas, Assam White, Kiana Benford, and Andrew Wagner.
As an inspirational program, Craig and Linda, I want to thank you for all you've done this year to make this thing happen. Not just this event, but to change their lives. You know, if they care like they do, as Scotty says, to make a big difference in the lives of a lot of other people. Next week's meeting is featuring Secretary Lindy Casimir, former he's the chair of the Kentucky Tourism Arts and Heritage Cabinet. He'll be speaking about horses, bourbon, and so much more. I guess there was more than horses and bourbon. If you'd like to learn more about our club, again, Rotary, what is Rotary over there in the corner. Great meeting, thanks for coming.